Buckle up at your leisure, fans, because this weekend, Rhea and I are headed for the Tri-State ATV Jamboree for a weekend full of exciting trails, both old and new.
Then we take a trip back in time with our old friend Nolan Steadman, who shows us it's not just about the destination, but rather enjoying the journey.
Finally, we take on 2 tough trails in Moab with our new friend Mason, who uses off-roading to show us that when it comes to getting over our own obstacles, anything is possible. At Your Leisure is riding your way now. The crowds are gathered, the air is clear, it's brisk, the skies are blue. It's time for another great adventure on At Your Leisure. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're at the Tri-State Jamboree up here in Hurricane, and we got ATVs galore today.
We sure do. We are actually with veteran rider, an old friend of ours, former dealer, Glenn Zumwalt. He's the trail boss today, and he knows this area like the back of his hand. This is not just an obstacle ride, this is actually a history ride, and we're going to learn a lot about the history of this area today, which makes riding in this area a whole lot of fun.
Oh, I mean, we are layered up here like a 7-layer cake, but we're going to be whipping off these coats in about 10 minutes because we're going to get nice and warm.
We will as it warms up. Great way to introduce spring. It's the first ATV Jamboree of the year here in Utah.
That's right.
So we're ready to roll. In fact, the guy with the flag has said start your engine. So we are going to leave you with a couple of pictures of the ride right now. Here's what you see on the trail.
So we've been coming here since 2014 to the Tri-State Jamboree, and then we got Donna and her husband Rick to come, and we just been coming, and we bring new friends with us all the time, and we just meet all these new people all the time. Yeah, a lot of friendships. We see people every year. The trails are really nice here. In Arizona, the ground is sort of hard, and we get a lot of ruts here. It's softer and more colorful, and the geography is much more exciting, I think, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So pretty here. I mean, we live in a beautiful state also, and right now all the wildflowers are blooming in the desert, but the roads are so different. The ground is so different, and it's just so much fun to come here. The scenery is just absolutely gorgeous, and the rides are great. People are great. It's fun. A lot of fun.
You know, when we grew up, you were surrounded by trees. You just couldn't see past the trees. And the moment you get out in the west and you can just see off in the distance and see the beauty of the landscape, that's the difference. I can't get enough of it. The higher I can go, the better. I love it. I love these mountains. That's why I was asking earlier if I could go up higher in those mountains. That's what I want to see. I want to be able to see off in the distance. Only time we could see in the distance was when we went to the beach. You just look over the ocean. But it's so beautiful to be able to see all the different landscapes and mountains and just the things you can see and do around here are great.
We have done outdoors since I was little, but not ATV, so we're new at ATV. We've done lots of boating, camping, in scouts, horses, everything, but this is new for us, ATV, and we just joined the Tri-State ATV Club, and this has been a great adventure. We went out yesterday to Moab and here today, and which is right in our backyard, and we haven't been up this trail, so it's awesome. We're having a lot of fun.
This is absolutely amazing.
I know, it's spectacular up here.
I have always wanted to see what Quail Creek looked like from the air, and what a shot. I mean, you've got Quail Creek to this side of you, you've got the snow-capped peaks of Pine Mountain behind you.
Yeah, this is really a beautiful trail, and I knew we wouldn't be disappointed.
No, and so much history, like the aviation arrow and all the different things we've seen along the way. This is really a worthwhile trail.
It truly is.
We also have a worthwhile place for us to go right now. It's our Where To adventure. What is that instinct that makes us revisit certain places from our past? Not just once, but often. After all, there are so many off-road destinations in Utah that you could point your compass to a given trail every weekend for 20 years and not see a single trail twice. Add to that the 4 seasons that color and shape Utah's wild, and you could have a lifetime of new adventure. So, what is it that makes us go back? After all, we know what lies around the next bend, and we can predict the things that we'll see. Well, perhaps it lies in the fact that when steps are retraced, you're actually fulfilling two journeys at the same moment. The one plotted on your map, and the one along memory's trail. For the Nolan Steadman family, that trail is loaded with waypoints from a life lived in the outdoors. Nolan has been blessed his 7+ decades on this planet as he was brought up, had his career in, and lived his life as an outdoorsman. As Generation 2 out of 4 at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, Nolan and Christy find themselves as the patriarch and matriarch of an off-road dynasty, complete with a recorded history.
Oh, I remember one time when we went out and cut a Christmas tree on your program, and when you got through, you played some music to it. It was just really fun. It was a good experience. My kids were with me. My younger kids were, well, my kids were young then.
As you wander back through the memories, the pictures, the home movies of these outings, you realize that it's not a list of events lived, but a record of emerging patterns and personalities as the kids each learn to navigate life on the trail.
One particular memory, we were parked at the trailhead and we had the tilt trailer, and my two daughters were on four-wheelers, and Nolan says, drive up very carefully, and it didn't tilt. And they spun wheels, and he says, come on, you wimps. So they gave it gas, and they went over the front of the trailer.
Tressa sees these adventures as a yardstick to measure her boys growing up to men.
I think every time that we've ever gone with our boys, they're always behind their dad, or they're watching what he's doing or how he's maneuvering a machine or how he rides his motorcycle versus how they ride theirs. And they always stop and talk about the trail, or they stop and talk about different things that they really enjoyed, or different aspects of how each person rides. But they do, they've learned so much. I think that just being out here has given them so many, not necessarily street smarts, but worldly smarts.
Memories also reveal things about oneself.
I enjoyed going out and, four-wheeling, you see the mud puddle, you go as fast as you can through it and get a little dirty, I just say.
The Stedman clan is testament to the fact that regardless of where you are in the circle of life, there is a place for you on the trail, no matter the season or the terrain.
We get out a lot. We love the mountains. We love getting out in our side-by-sides. The kids are grown and out of the house, and this is our thing that we do now. We go out as a couple of and just go ride. As this day ends, a reconciling takes place, as the day's new memories take their seat next to the ones so long ago seared into the memories of our riders. Well, did you have fun today?
Oh, I did. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm so glad. It was a great ride. And everybody gets out, they love it, but it's getting to get out. Once you're out, we love it.
To be with family and to go somewhere where we have been so many times and made so many memories.
It's time to get out and ride at the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event with as low as 2.99% interest for 36 months, plus up to $3,000 customer cash on the industry's hottest models. So see your local Yamaha dealer today for huge savings. Then get out and ride.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
and we will see you next week on the county seat.
My daughter and I had just finished a run at this place called Eagle Point. It's this really cool but kind of challenging ski resort that has a real family feel to it. She was so excited because she beat me down the run. Deja vu. I saw myself as a kid out skiing my mom. It was a big moment for me. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was making the same memories for her.
Beaver County, Utah. Make it more than a vacation.
This week's What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Towing season is upon us. We could get your truck and trailer ready for towing.
Hi, I'm Brian Higgins with Tread Lightly, and I'm here with another Tread Principle tip for at your leisure. I'm here at Sportsman's Warehouse, where there's plenty of tools and toys to keep you active and responsible in the great outdoors. Now, it's important when you're enjoying the outdoors that you always do your best to tread lightly and help keep access open for everyone. Make sure to follow the Tread Principles. Travel responsibly, respect the rights of others, educate yourself, avoid sensitive areas, and do your part. So what are we talking about when we say respect the rights of others? Always leave gates as you find them, and if crossing private property, be sure to ask permission from the landowners. Follow trail etiquette and yield to people passing you or going uphill. Many trails have signs indicating who to yield to. Just be respectful of others and think of everyone's safety on the trail. Be considerate to others, whether on the trail or respecting their privacy, especially when camping. Proceed with caution around horses and pack animals. Sudden, unfamiliar activity may spook animals, possibly causing injury to the animals or their handlers and others on the trail. When encountering horses on the trail, move to the side, stop, turn off your engine, remove your helmet and speak. You want the horse to know you are human, then ask the rider how to proceed. Don't ride motorized recreational vehicles around camping, picnicking, trailhead or residential areas. And remember, when passing through these areas, to keep your speeds low. Be sure to keep the noise and dust down to make sure everyone can enjoy the trail or recreational area. If you're going hunting, always practice ethical hunting. Never take the shot unless you see the animal clearly and know what's between you, the target, and the surrounding area. Don't shoot across roads, waterways, or trails. And again, be sure to get permission if you're going to be on private property. And leave gates as you find them. Always remember to respect the rights of others and be sure to follow the other Tread Principles when you're out enjoying nature. It's important to enjoy yourself and have a good time, but also ensure we keep these opportunities available for generations to come. You can always find out more at treadlightly.org. I'm Brian. I hike, I hunt, I camp, and I tread lightly. From Sportsman's Warehouse in Midvale, we'll be right back with more at your leisure.
Whether you're on the track, at the dunes, or in the mountains, Paris RV and Stryker are #1. Chill out in the 2019 Stryker 2313, $35,995 or $320 a month, 0 down. Or kick it in the 2019 Stryker 2912, $39,995 or $355 a month, 0 down. Or the 2019 Stryker 2816, $49,995 or $440 a month, 0 down.
It's time to get your toy hauler at Paris RV.
Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are some of the toughest machines around. Work hard or play hard. With the new Mule Pro MX, you don't have to choose. It's about having the right machine to fit the way you live. And it's about strength. The all-new Mule Pro MX, the strongest, because I said so.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are out on the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. A little brisk but sunny today.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And part of this trip, this is the Danish Ranch trip, comes by the Silver Reef Museum. Silver Reef was an old mining town here, and like I say, this trip is just full of history. We've seen old historical sites, but this is where they've collected all the artifacts, and we stop here. And with Glenn having an entire professional career before he got into the ATV business in mining, he's the perfect tour guide to learn about this part of Utah's history.
I know. Does he do this for fun, or is this just for us? Because I just want to hang out with him all day.
Yeah. Well, kind of a little bit of both. He actually spends time volunteering over here at the museum now that he lives in southern Utah, and I think we need to find out, probably listen to Glenn.
Yeah.
I think I did my first Jamboree in 2010, and of course it wasn't near as big as it is today, but the Jamboree was established with the help of the town of Hurricane because there were certain problems with taking people out on rides and making sure that all the rules were followed, and the club decided that the right thing to do was make a Jamboree. And so the Jamboree was established I think 16 years ago now. And it's been a popular thing. We've had people from all over the country, and we've added rides almost every year. And we're on now up to 28 different rides. So we have a lot of opportunity to see different things down here. On our Danish Ranch ride, we certainly saw a lot of other things. We saw the museum and the surrounding mining area, and that's an interesting thing. You can spend a good half a day wandering around out in the old mining district, and you can spend a couple good hours at the museum itself, and then there's hiking trails and other things to see. A lot of geologically interesting places. We were able to overlook this lake from right up above here, and that's quite a view. You can see the surrounding country pretty well from up on top of the ridge and back of it.
And of course, you've learned a lot through the museum. The building itself is kind of a little bit of history. It is the actual Wells Fargo Bank.
It's one of the oldest ones around still.
It is the oldest one around.
Oh,
well,
it is?
It's not a bank anymore, but the buildings.
I know.
And of course, Wells Fargo is also a stage company.
Right.
And this is the actual bench where you'd sit and wait for the stage.
This is called the stagecoach dismount step.
Yes.
So it's not like in gymnastics where you dismount.
No.
But so like the coach pulls up, right? You like get out of the coach.
Yep.
I step onto here, I step onto here. I go into the bank, I put my money in there, or your money. Who's ever money in there. And
if it's your money, it's gone. The only money to put in the bank is mine. Anyway, right now it's time for us to step away from here. No pun intended. Well, actually, yes. Intended.
That's cute.
Okay, and go to this week's Along the Way.
Moab, the land of rolling rocks, deep canyons, rivers, and open land as far as the eye can see. Men, women, and children of all ages come to get a glimpse of the miraculous views while learning how to navigate the challenging terrain. For a moment, riders are able to forget their worries and connect with their friends and family. For Mason and his group, they've come to discover that while they're off-roading together, it's easy to leave their daily challenges behind.
Mason was born with cerebral palsy, and he hasn't let it slow him down though. He still gets out and gets in the RZR with us and comes out, goes on these rides with us, and the only thing we have to do is just a little more prepared for the rides and bring things you need, but anybody can do it with a disability, can get out and ride. I look forward to being with the group and having a good time. Everybody likes to get out, and how about you, Mace? Oh, see something new. He likes to get out, see new areas.
The first area the group's visit is the Fins and Things Trail. Gene and Mason explain how this trail provides a variety of terrain which makes each turn a new surprise.
Another great thing with Fins and Things is it has lots of different terrain. So you hit sand and you have like the little side hills that you can go crazy on. You have the slick rock. There's some boulders that you can kind of climb up over, but it definitely is a great starter trail. Get you ready to go over and do Hell's Revenge. So it's really fun. It's a great trail.
Hell's Revenge is one of the most iconic trails in Moab, with steep rock climbs, majestic views, and some of the most challenging terrain that will even put experienced riders to the test. For Mason and his group, their experiences have brought them even closer together with each twist and turn the rides offer.
Everybody's adopted Mason into their family, and he said this is like a big family unit out here that we go riding with, and they've all accepted Mason.
Riding with somebody that has a disability of any sort doesn't seem to be a problem in these situations, whether you're in a UTV, an ATV, or a four-wheel drive of some sort. There's lots of good access to public restrooms and those kinds of things, and there's plenty of shade with trees and those whatnot for anybody to stop and have lunch and enjoy the day.
This is the first time I've met Mason, and I've fallen in love with him. I gave him a little prize yesterday, and he gave me a big hug, and he just ripped my heart out. And I truly have fallen in love with the kid. He's proof right there that it doesn't matter what your abilities are. You can do this, you can do it. There's a lot of kids that won't get to experience the things that he gets to experience.
Mason said, just keep riding and don't let your disabilities stop you from going out and enjoying the trails.
After a full day of riding, it's time for the group to say their goodbyes. Many hugs and laughs are shared, but as one ride ends, the planning for the next one begins. For At Your Leisure, along the way at Hell's Revenge, I'm Jim Kelly.
Springtime is the time to buy a new Polaris. Right now, the world's best-selling off-road lineup is priced to move. Get more done with a hardworking Ranger. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or live wide open in a high-performance Razor. Rebates up to $1,500 are available now during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Whether you're on the track, at the dunes, or in the mountains, Paris RV and Stryker are #1. Chill out in the 2019 Stryker 2313, $35,995 or $320 a month, 0 down. Or kick it in the 2019 Stryker 2912, $39,995 or $355 a month, 0 down. Or the 2019 Stryker 2816, $49,995 or $440 a month, 0 down.
It's time to get your toy hauler at Paris RV.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure in our usual time slot. Of course, what we are is at a slot canyon, so it's a little different than usual. This is a slot canyon along the Danish Ranch Trail for the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. There's a series of steps. It starts as about a 20-foot drop, just, maybe what, 150 yards this way, maybe not even that much. It's now 300 feet down to the bottom.
It looks like 3,000 to me. I think it's farther than that. And I'm like freaking out because our cameraman is like this far from the ledge. So let's hurry up and wrap this up.
So you might understand that, to make that very clear, that's you, the viewer, sitting on your couch. It's about 6 inches from a 300-foot drop. So please be careful. Don't lean back on your chair at home. You're going to go
Oh my God, you're killing me, honey. You're killing me.
All right.
Let's talk about our sticker winner.
All right, let's go to our weekly sticker winner.
This week's contest winner is Kevin Miskey and was recently on an adventure with us and got caught wearing his AYL sticker proudly.
Shame on him. No, congratulations, Kevin. Now, be sure to call us at 801-947-8888 to claim your brand new Clearly Tough windshield for your rig. Clearly the toughest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more details. And for you that have Eagles Landing stickers on your rig, remember there's an extra $100 gas card that's coming your way if we pick your sticker.
Now it's time to take a look at the calendar of events. Next week, we're headed down to soak up the sun at the Easter Jeep Safari, which will be going on from April 13th through the 21st, so be sure to come down and look for us there.
Then, the off-roading fun continues at the Arch Canyon Jeep Jamboree, which is going on from April 25th through the 28th down in San Juan County.
And that same weekend, April 26th through the 28th, you'll have a chance to catch us again as we will be making an appearance at the 27th Annual Moab Rotary Car Show at the City Park. Now, finally, it's time to take a look at next week's show.
Next week, we're following the Lone Peak four-wheelers down through the scenic San Rafael Swell as they take us to dig up some fun at the historic Copper Globe Mine.
Then we're headed to beautiful Goblin Valley to check out some unique canyoneering that's fun for all ages and experience levels.
Finally, we travel to the Baltic Sea as Reef takes us to Latvia, a country with everything from wondrous dense forests to sprawling beaches.
Well, honey, as they say in the stagecoach days, this is the end of the line.
That's true. This is as far out as we go back. Now, if you make this trip down here, just remember the name Yant Flat and plan to spend a couple hours out here, because from this trailhead, which is the end of the trail for you, you can hike about 1 mile to a place that looks like the Wave.
Very cool.
Except you don't have to have a permit and try and get, wait 6 years to get a chance to see it. You just come up here and hike into it.
Yeah, it really is. It's spectacular. So we're going to go check it out.
Right. Well, we're going to prove the point to you once again, as we do every week. There's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure.
Let's take a hike. Just like
together,
Jack Sparrow says.
Instead of me telling you to take a hike, we're actually going together.
There you go.